Okay, recording now. Good. Hey everybody, it's Glenn Ackerman talking today about ways to overcome anxiety, fear, and stress. And right now, stress and anxiety levels are at epidemic proportions in the United States and in the Western world. So much anxiety, so much stress, so many thoughts driving us nuts. And when we become addicted to our phones, every time we go checking the phone, every time we get a text, we activate a hormone in us called dopamine. So when we have I hear a bing, I wonder who it is. Let's find out. That stimulates drugs in our head. Good things stimulate good drugs. Bad things stimulate bad drugs in our head. So the good drugs or the good hormones we want are dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins. We want to feel good. And the stuff that we don't want is the adrenaline and the cortisol, the stuff that comes when we're in an anxious or worried state. Now, let me talk about some important facts. According to the latest research in energy medicine and energy psychology, we as human beings are either in one or of two states. We're either in a place of happiness, joy, and freedom, or we're in a state of anxiety, worry, and fear. One of the two. Now, wouldn't it be great if everybody could stay happy all the time? But we can't, or at least we have influences that are trying to take us out of that. So let's go into identifying. I started one of the most powerful, if not the most powerful, personal change and human development method called energy awareness training. And energy awareness training is all about making the changes that we want to make change, but using energy, okay? Using the power of energy to help us. Now, why is energy so powerful? Well, it's because energy is the building blocks of our world. And it's interesting that no one told us this vital information. Maybe in science class, maybe your high school professor said, everything is energy in this world. Everything is atoms in motion. Okay, well, that's right, they are. But what does that have to do with me in my life and me being here and wanting to get here? How does that help me? Well, it'll help you when you understand that in the model that you've all come from, the personal development model, which is to improve, to get better, etc. It's an industry. It's $1 billion industry that has a 97% failure rate. That means the books that you have, the tapes or the recordings that you have, the seminars that you have, the things all of this stuff only has a 3% success rate. Why is that? Because most of it is based upon this theory or this formula. Have a vision, create a goal, make a plan, work the plan, succeed. Okay, is that familiar? No matter what book you read in the last 100 years, if it's not energy training, it's basically like Think and Grow Rich. Have a goal, create a plan, work the plan, succeed. So you hear that in books from, you name the author. If it's a self-help book, that's pretty much in different language. That's pretty much the formula. Well, you know what? That's using willpower, and if willpower worked, everybody here on the call would be happy, rich, and dating your dream girl. So the reason why that's not happening is because there's an energy or there's a force that wants to block us from what we have. So for the sake of discussion today, let me just go a little bit deeper into how the energies work. So we have lots of energies that are trying to influence us. You know, when you make a New Year's resolution, right, to lose weight and to eat better, there's a part of you that says, yeah, I want to be thin, I want to look good, it's a new year, I want to get it going on this. So you make a goal, you make a resolution, and you're going to start going to the gym, and you're going to start eating better, and you're going to start improving yourself, right? And it feels good for the first couple of weeks. Yeah, you know, you're working out and you're getting there, and etc. But then a couple of weeks later, there's another force that's inside of you that says, I don't want to go to the gym. I want to eat this pizza, man. I don't want to eat just vegan or greens, etc. So now there's another energy inside you that pulls you this way. So you've got one energy pulling you this way to lose weight, to get in shape, to have your dream body. And now you have another energy pulling you this way going, I'd rather have the pizza now. It's too cold to go to the gym. So you've got an internal tug of war going on. And that's pretty much the human condition. We've got these energies. One of them's taking us this way. One of them's taking us that way. And especially when we're thinking about our goals, we know that there are times when we're doing things, we've set a goal to do one thing, and we take action to do the opposite. You ever had that? You're going, I know I shouldn't be doing this, but I'm doing it anyway. And I know I promised I wouldn't do this, but I'm doing it anyway. So that means that you're being influenced by these energies. And most of these energies are hidden. They don't come with signs on them. In fact, to be energy aware means the ability to understand how energy works and to be able to read how the energy is working. Okay? Because energy, in this instance, I'm talking about our thoughts, our feelings, our emotions, which create our behaviors. That's basically your life. Those are being influenced every day by different energies inside you. Hundreds of different energies coming from a variety of different places. So the best way for me to be able to describe this is the analogy of the iceberg. That you have 10% of the iceberg that you can see is out of the water, and 50%, the other 90% of the iceberg is underneath the water that you can't see. And the Titanic wasn't sunk by the 10% it could see. It was sunk by the 90% that it couldn't see. So the problems and the challenges and the emotional pain that you're going through in your life, it's not from the stuff that you can see. It's from the stuff that you can't see. And I have a saying that says, that which we can see, we can control. That which we cannot see controls us. So this is where in energy awareness training, you learn how to take back your power, because there are energetic forces in this world, and if you don't know about them or you're not aware of it, too bad. They're going to be influencing you. You know, it's like you go to a foreign country and you're driving fast down the street, and the cop says to you, "Hey, you know, I'm pulling you over because you broke the speed limit and you're driving this car and it's not legal and blah blah." And you go, "But officer, I didn't know. I'm new here. I'm just passing through." You think that cop's going to care? Oh, you don't know? Oh, okay, we'll let you go this time. Heck no. He said, buddy, you should know. And if you don't know, that's your problem, not ours. Ticket, etc. It's the same thing with the energies. You're dealing with energies every single minute you're awake. And even when you're asleep, you're dealing with energies. So everything that you're doing in life is an energetic exchange. Dating, man, if that's not an energetic exchange, I don't know what is. Meeting, greeting, learning how to develop a friendship, learning how to develop a relationship with the girl, learning how to date, learning how to the right things to do and not do the wrong things. Man, that's all energy. And if you're energetically aware, you'll do it right. If you're energetically unaware, you'll make mistakes. like so many of these guys now in the Me Too movement who made mistakes. I was talking earlier before we began about the power of sexuality. And that's a very important topic that we study in energy awareness training, because a man's sexuality has one of the biggest powers over him, the biggest. And if you don't, it's either you run it or it runs you. And it's running most guys around and getting them in trouble. How many of you guys don't have to raise your hand, but I know what the answer to this. How many of you guys have gotten in trouble or complicated your life by going out with a girl that you thought was going to make you happy, but ended up not making you happy and causing you a lot of pain and struggle? Okay, how many guys? Oh, raise your hand. I want to see it. Everybody, right? Everybody. And you go, and you know what you do when it's after you go through this whole thing, and you get into this because we live in a three-dimensional world. So you meet in a relationship, you meet a girl, you go, she looks good, she sounds good, feels right. Okay, let's go out and date. And this is applicable for men or women. So you get involved and you're having a good time in the beginning, and then things start to get a little rocky, and all of a sudden you start seeing things that you didn't see before, or she sees things in you that you didn't see before. And all of a sudden, what used to be happy is sad. What used to be joyful is painful. And then you try to fix it, and you just give up. You've had enough suffering, and you break up. And now you got two wounded people because you didn't understand how the energy worked, and you got into something that you thought was one way, but it was actually the other. And this is an energetic law that I teach, the law of paradox. Sometimes things are what they seem to be. Sometimes they're not what they seem to be. So much of us, as we navigate this world, and don't we spend every day trying to make the right decisions for us? We want to make the right decisions on who to date. We want to make the right decisions about our career. We want to make the right decisions about our health or projects that we're doing. You know, we want to make the right decisions to get fulfillment, not to suffer, not to have it blow up. We want long-term fulfillment. Well, you have to know how the energies work to be able to get that, because these energies are sneaky. You have, out of all these energies, we'll define it down to two energies, which I call high vibration energy, or a high frequency energy, and a low frequency energy. Okay. So those of you who are interested in dealing with anxiety and stress, first you have to know what are the energies that prevent anxiety and stress, or that cause anxiety or stress. No one ever told us. Well, let me tell you right now. Out of these two energies, you have high vibrational energy, and we define that as open, free, happiness, joy, abundance, blessing, health, fulfillment, creativity, all good, moving up, moving out, good stuff. It's the energy that we all want to be in. But in this world, we're under another energetic law called the law of duality, which means if there's an up, there's a down. If there's a right, there's a wrong. If there's a good, there's a bad. If there's goes out, comes in. So in the law of duality, if I have a high vibration energy, then what else am I going to have, guys? A low vibration energy. And this is the energy that everybody has problems with, because this energy it's an anxious, it's got anxiety, it's got stress, it's got worry, it's got doubt, it's got self-attack going on, thoughts inside your head that want to disrupt you or just enable you. It's got anger, it's got frustration, it's got all the stuff that we don't want. So life isn't this cut and dry. It's not as easy to say, well, I want high vibration, I want to stay away with low vibration energy, because the energies work in a hidden way. You can't see the energies because they're hidden. So the way we're able to understand the energies is by what they produce. So this is why when you first study energy awareness training, and you want to be energetically fluent, like any language, you have to learn the definitions of the energy so you know which one's which. So you know the high vibration energy is good energy, it feels good, and the low vibration energy wants to bring suffering, and it doesn't feel good. However, they work in a variety of ways. And if you've got notes, write this down. High vibration energy attracts more high vibrational energy. Low vibration energy attracts more low vibration energy. Okay, so when you're feeling good, when you're, let's say you just got paid, or, you had a first date with your dream girl, oh, you're feeling great. What do you have to do to keep that? Nothing. The energies, remember, energy is always expanding. So your energy is expanding. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling happy. It's a great day. So that energy, high vibration energy, is going to bring you more high vibrational energy. Consequently, if you're in a low vibration energy state, if you're down, or if you're depressed, or you're worried about something, or you got fear about this, that's going to bring you into low vibration energy. And the whole point of low vibration energy is to get you to suffer. That's why you see a depressed person. If you go and hang out with somebody who's depressed, in an hour, what's going to happen? You're going to be depressed, because that you're around people and go, hi, how you doing? You're around somebody who's going, oh, life's just terrible. I can't get an even shake. My life sucks. It like brings you down. Like, hey. So this is why I teach, accentuate your high vibrational energy and stay away from any low vibration energy outside yourself. Hang out with high vibration energy people, places, things, activities, and you'll feel good. If you hang out with people in low vibration activities, people who are doing drugs or drinking, or people who are depressed, or people who are violent, or dark things, I wouldn't hang out with them, because it's going to rub off on you. Okay, so these are the energies that we're dealing with. Now, when we go into anxiety, worry, or stress, okay, those are low vibration energies. Now, the way the human being works is he operates by thought. So I have a thought, and that thought gives me a feeling. And that feeling expands into an emotion, which becomes a motivation for behavior. So when somebody says to you, I'm depressed, or I'm down today, it wasn't that they caught it, they caught a germ, they caught the low vibration energy germ from people. No, there's a specific way that if you want to be anxious, worried, down, and depressed, there's something that you have to do. What is it? You have to have a thought that's low vibration energy, dark, stuck, worried, fearful, anxious. You got to have a thought that's already leading you down. And then that thought, like for example, I can say, did I lock the front door, or did I leave my front door wide open? I have a thought. Notice that brings on a feeling of, uh-oh, ugh. Okay, and that feeling expands into an emotion of, oh, I better get home. I better get back to where it expands into emotion, which expands into a behavior. So all of your behaviors and all of the emotions and thoughts that you have, it's a system, it's a pattern. If you know the pattern and you're energetically aware, you can shift the pattern. So someone was saying, every morning when I wake up, I get tormented. The thoughts just drive me crazy the minute I wake up in the morning. Does that happen to anybody else here on the call? Anybody go through that? Wake up in the morning and your thoughts just drive you nuts? Okay, a couple guys. Cool. So what happens every morning when you wake up is you have a space. And in that space is where your energy is going to be operating from. Now, you notice when you wake up, you're kind of like, oh, you're kind of groggy. Why? Because you're making an energetic shift. See, there's a certain energy you're in when you're asleep. And there's a certain energy you get when you make what we call an energy transition, which means you're going from the sleep state into the waking state. Now, the low vibration energy's job is to keep you out of high vibration energy. See, the high vibration energy wants you to be happy, wants you to fulfill your goals, wants you to awaken and be energetically aware so you can start healing yourself and recovering from all the crap and the trauma you've been through, and raise yourself up so you can do what we teach here in energy awareness training. The promise of energy awareness training is two things. Number one, to end your emotional suffering. We want to end emotional suffering. And 99% of emotional suffering is unnecessary. 99%. Okay, so the things that cause us worry and fear and anxiety and stress, well, it's all unnecessary if you're energetically aware. If you're not energetically aware, then you think you got to do it. You got to have it. But this is the promise, to end that emotional suffering. And I did it myself, and I've done it for hundreds, almost thousands of people now, and we can do it for you. The second thing is we want to be able to keep training ourselves so that we reach a state of energetic and emotional freedom or invulnerability, which means, it simply means that no matter what happens to me or what happens to you, you can still stay in a high vibratory field no matter what anybody else is doing, no matter what your wife or your husband are doing, no matter what your body's doing, no matter what the economy is doing. And this, my friends, is energetic and emotional freedom. This is the thing that you've been looking for your whole life. The ability to overcome the challenges and the burdens of life. And those challenges and burdens come to us in our thoughts, in our feelings, in our emotions. So I repeat, the purpose of high vibration energy is to lift us up, is to awaken us to the energetic world we live in, and for us to overcome the low vibration energy and to fulfill our mission, to create our full potential self. Okay? And everybody here has greatness in them. Everybody here came to this earth for a reason. You may not know what it is yet, but as you continue to progress, you'll find out. And the process is as interesting as finding out. Now, so that's the high vibration energy. The low vibration energy wants to prevent that. It doesn't want you feeling good. It doesn't want you to have long-term fulfillment. Its job is to try to block you from going into high vibrational energy. So how does it do that? It creates chaos. It creates confusion. It creates separation. It creates upset. So you notice you're going along, you're having a great life, and everything's good, and then all of a sudden there's an argument, or one person thinks this and you think that, and you've got a disagreement, or there's chaos, or there's disruption. All of those things create low vibration energy. So anywhere you've got a disruption in your life, anywhere that you've got confusion, anywhere that you've got separation, feel separated from yourself or separated from other people, etc., that's how you identify low vibration energy. If I have thoughts that tell me I'm no good, I'm not worthy, or I'm never going to be successful, or any of those things, that's not you. And you thought it was, but it's not you. It's an energy that it's an energy that's trying to influence you. So, for example, I'm from San Francisco, and I used to drive across the Golden Gate Bridge all the time. And on the Golden Gate Bridge, there are cars going 50 miles an hour in different directions. So do you remember I talked about we have this voice in our head, and it's always yakking at us. And we think that its thoughts are our thoughts. So this is what I thought. So here I am. It's a beautiful weekend. I'm driving over the Golden Gate Bridge, and I'm listening to the thoughts in my head. And the thought says, "It's a beautiful day outside." Yes, it is. your car's running great. Yes, it is. And it says, you're going to be on time for this date. Yes, I probably will be. Why don't you drive into the ongoing traffic and see what happens? What? What? Why don't I drive into the opposite going? That's suicide. I don't want to do that. Where'd that thought come from? That's not my thought. That's not what I would choose to do. Whoa. Are you telling me that somebody or something can get into my head, whether it's from internal or external, wherever, and try to sabotage me, and try to hurt me, and try to bring me down? Holy smokes. And that was a revelation to understanding the human energy systems, because thought is an important part of our energy system. But our thoughts, and we have roughly about 50,000 thoughts a day, you guys, 50,000 thoughts a day. And roughly half of them are low vibration energy thoughts. Like, oh, did I turn off the stove? Oh, where are my keys? Oh, am I going to be able to make rent this month? Oh, does she still love me? Or oh my gosh, I think I'm going to get a bad grade in school. Okay. See, all of those thoughts trigger fear. They trigger worry. They trigger anxiety. Now, whose thoughts are they? Do you wake up every morning and try to scare yourself? I don't think so. Let me get a light. So if you're not doing it, who is doing it? Good question, huh? And this is what I'm talking about, being energetically aware. For those of you, some of you are going through some pretty heavy stuff right now. Some of you are going through a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress, a lot of worry. Some of you are breaking up, in the process of breakup. Man, that's a huge pain, breakup pain. And there hasn't been any solution for that until energy awareness training came along. When you break up with a girl, especially if she breaks up with you first, your body takes over and it just starts to go into this withdrawal place, and you're thinking about her all the time, and you're not hungry, and your body's basically shutting down because it's moved into anxiety and fear. It's moved into a place where you think you're losing something. So you're losing something, and it's going to make you feel bad, and you don't want to feel bad, but you love this girl, and now she's gone, and now the thoughts are, maybe I made a mistake, or maybe I'm never going to find love again. The breakup depression. I had one girl, before I got into this work, I thought I was going to marry her. She was everything I was looking for, but she was a little nutty, but all right. I didn't mind. And yet over time, the energy shifted, and I shifted. I was doing, when I met her, I was an executive at this company and making tons of money, and I was on top of the world, and she was attracted to a guy that, knew where he was going and had a solid future, and was acknowledged by his friends in his company as being a mover and a shaker. And then a year later, all that went away. The company, BK'd, and I lost everything. And needless to say, my relationship with her shifted too, because I was no longer that guy. Now I was more needy. Now I was more, oh, please love me. Oh, please don't leave me. My energy has shifted. And when energy changes, there's a reaction. Okay? Write that down. When your energy changes, there's a reaction. And I didn't change my energy purposely. I didn't plan on, the changes in the company I was working for. It just happened. But if you're not energetically aware, when there's an energy shift, if you're not on top of it, the energy will smack you. Like, what am I talking about? An energy shift, a breakup. That's an energy shift. And if you're not on top of that, that energy is going to give you a big smack. Managing your self-talk, managing the thoughts in your head. If you're not on top of that, it's going to smack you. It's going to make you feel bad. It's going to want to make you suffer. So what we're doing here is we're identifying the process of having anxiety, stress, or worry or fear, okay, it's not something that just happened to you. It's something that happens to you by design, okay? It happens by design. There's a process to it. And the process starts with understanding how the energies work in this world. We're an energetic planet. And you have to know every day when you wake up, you're having an energetic exchange. You're going to go to work, energetic exchange. You're going to go date, energetic exchange. You're going to go work out, energetic exchange. You're going to go on vacation. No matter what you do as a human being, you're interacting with energy. And these energies have a power, they have a purpose, they have a frequency, and power, purpose, frequency, and direction. And they give off information. So power, purpose, frequency, direction, and it gives off information. Now, if you don't know how, if you can't recognize the energies, you know, it's like stepping into a minefield. You're walking in a minefield. Well, if no one told you there's a minefield there, guess what's going to happen? Probably going to step on one. And we've all stepped on one, being energetically unaware. So what this training and methodology can do is save you about 10 to 15 years of making mistakes and suffering. Because that's what I estimated. If I had known this, man, earlier in my life, I could have saved myself an easy 10 years of suffering in relationships, in making mistakes, in falling into traps, etc. Now it's so clear. It's so clear why things work and why things don't work. It's the energy. It's the 90% of what we're dealing with. So this is the key thing for you to recognize. Whatever you're doing in life, you've got to be energetically aware. And especially when you're talking about, you know, dating, a lot of you guys are interested in dating. Man, dating is 99% energy. Do you know that when you're going to approach someone or when you're going to go to a place, do you know that your energy gets there before you do? Scientific fact. Your energy, your frequency, your vibration gets there before you do. Now, what's important about that is to understand is when you're interacting with someone, let's say a girl you're attracted to, your words out of your mouth are 10% of the communication. 10%. So you can have the best line in the world, you know, but it's your energy that's the other 90%. What you're giving off, what your facial expression is, what your internal state is. You know, so many girls say, you know, oh, guys walk up to me and they're trying to talk to me, but I can see they're having a conversation with themselves inside and they're trying to give themselves courage and they're all nervous. And because they're nervous, they make me nervous. And, you know, I don't want to talk to them anymore because it's just unpleasant. That's the energy they were putting out. Consequently, when you're in, and that's a low vibration energy. When you're in a high vibration energy, you're at ease. You're flowing. You're talking to someone and you don't care. Works out, great. If it doesn't work out, it's okay. Because that's what high vibration energy is. It doesn't need anything for you to feel good. It doesn't need anybody doing anything. It doesn't need you need to have this or you have that. Nope. Just the decision to be in a high vibration energy is enough for you to be able to stay in that energy. Okay. Questions. I'm going to take a little, have a sip of water. Anybody got any questions on the chat that I've gone over before I continue? We'll look this up. How do you get over approach anxiety? Okay, good question. What is approach anxiety? That means when you see somebody you want to go talk to, notice what happens energetically. So here I am, let's say I'm at a coffee shop and I see an attractive girl I'd like to talk to. So what happens? I get the thought, right? The thought becomes, ooh, that's somebody I'd like to meet. I want to go talk to her. Okay. That becomes a feeling. yes, it could become, yeah, this could work out. I can meet somebody new. That'd be wonderful. Okay. And that thought starts to expand until the low vibration energy comes in and says, she doesn't want anything to do with you. You're going to go up there and she's going to blow you away. She's going to tell you to get lost. She's going to call you a creep and say, if you don't get away from her, she's going to call the cops. Don't even think about going over there unless you want to be completely humiliated and put down. That's what it says to you in a microsecond. So you go, oh, attractive person. I want to go talk to them. I get a good feeling about it. You take one step forward and then boom, here's the low vibration energy going, she wouldn't want anything to do with you because you don't have this, or you don't have that, or you're not this, you're not tall enough, or you're not rich enough, or you don't have enough hair, or whatever it says to you, and it shuts you down. And this is what I'm talking about the inner civil war. One part of you wants to go one way, the other part of you wants to go the other. And like our President Lincoln said, a house divided against itself cannot stand. In other words, a man that's conflicted in energy-wise for what he should do, for what he shouldn't do, will never have the life that he wants, will never be able to achieve the things he wants, will never be able to have to go after them. Because you're taking one step forward and one step back, one step forward and one step back. This is the power of being energetically aware. And this is what some of the top influencers in the country who are my students recognize. You know, you can have all the gab in the world, and you can have all the techniques in the world, and you can have all the willpower in the world, but it's only 10%. Doesn't it make more sense to go into the 90%? And that's where that's where you can make the changes is change your energy, change your life. Make sense? Change your energy, change your life. You don't like the energy you're in, change that energy, because that's what makes the shift. Nothing changes until energy moves, okay? Remember that. Nothing changes until you can think about your problems, you're blue in the face, you can want to go and talk to that girl, and you can just, you can think about, nothing changes until energy moves. So how do you get rid of that anxiety and stress? You've got to move the energy. And this is what we teach you how to do in energy awareness training. We give you specific tools, number one, to recognize these hidden energies and how they work. And the second way is to do something about it, to take back your energy, to take back control. Because either you're controlling your energy or your energy is controlling you. And if you don't like the way you feel every day, or if you've got crap going on in your life, that means that the energy is running you. And God help you, because when the low vibration energy runs you, you're going to suffer. So those of you who are experiencing some serious suffering going on, it's because the LVE has got you, and you need to be able to free yourself from it. Okay, hope that answers that question. Take a couple more. Let's see. Guys are epic, loving, breathing, big time. AA doesn't exist. Approach anxiety is when you're in HVE. Once you learn how to align your energy, you don't have to deal with it anymore for the most part. That's true. Except you'll find a better looking girl or a more challenging situation. It's never one thing. You're always going into the next level of it. Okay. Looking back, I'm back, fellas. Happened overnight. I experienced a state. Really work on that. Okay. Just checking here before we continue. Boom, boom. Okay, when you change the energy, all the thoughts change. That's true. That's true. My degree causes me losses. So, Steve, what does it mean your degree causes you a loss of self-esteem?
Yeah. So I guess just thinking back over the last 3 years, just receiving bad grades, and like I kind of feel like there's not a lot of support systems in the college to help you out. with it. So, I feel like I'm facing a insurmountable task at the moment.
An insurmountable task to do what?
Just because I have final exams in like 1 or 2 months, and instead of studying, sometimes I will procrastinate, and I'll often just turn to food. If I'm eating, I don't have to study, and if I eat, I just go sleep after, and that it kind of causes a huge drop in consciousness. I
Mm-hmm.
feel.
You guys, this is why coaching is so important. Coaching is the most important and the most powerful factor for change, to have a coach. Because if you don't have any accountability, the low vibration energy knows you. It knows you so well. It knows what your weaknesses is. It knows where you have problems. It knows where you're vulnerable, and it goes after you. And it's so logical. So as Steve, it says, you should be doing your schoolwork. Yeah, but wouldn't you rather have some food right now? I mean, it's kind of late at night. What's on the telly? Come on, you can study tomorrow. Let's feel good now and have the food. Yeah. So you get seduced. See, the LVE is all about seduction. And here's what it does. So it gets Steve to eat and watch TV when he should be studying. And then the next day, when he comes, when he wakes and he goes, oh my gosh, I needed to study for the lesson today, and now I'm going to class unprepared, and I don't know my stuff because I goofed off last night. Now he's suffering. Okay, so do you see how that works? The low vibration energy wants to trade you an ounce of pleasure for a pound of pain. Okay, so if we could Steve's example, come on, let's have a little food. What's the harm? No harm. Have a little food. You had a hard day. Makes sense, doesn't it? But what you don't realize is that's an energy that's trying to sabotage you, trying to get you to go back on your word, trying to get you out of what you promised yourself to do. And I'm telling you, there's an actual energy, and you guys know that. How many of you guys have made any kind of resolution or determination that you were going to change your behavior or start a new habit or stop a new habit, and you started, but you flamed out and you didn't succeed? See a show of hands. Okay? Everybody. Why is that? Because you didn't understand that you were under an energy attack. So let's go back to our terms. High vibration energy is long-term fulfillment, but it also requires sometimes short-term pushing away pleasure. So in Steve's example, the low vibration energy came and wants to give you immediate pleasure, wants you to feel good right now. Don't worry about later. Right now, we want to feel good. Okay, so it'll give you an ounce of pleasure and followed by a pound of pain. So in Steve's example, he eats his food. That felt good. Eating that food and staying up late and watching TV, man, that felt good. But it was an ounce of pleasure because the next day when he woke up and he realizes he screwed himself by not studying and not doing what he's supposed to do, now he's going to go to class. He's not prepared, and it's causing chaos, confusion, disruption, procrastination. LVE got you again. It was playing you. You didn't even realize it. When we go down the road of LVE, it's the same thing with addictions. You're stressed out, and the LVE says, just have a drink, man. Let's have a couple of beers and just, relax for tonight. Oh, okay. Tomorrow night, let's have a couple of beers and relax. Oh, okay. And the next night. Nobody becomes an alcoholic on their first drink or their second or their third. But it's a process that we do over and over again. And these actions that we take are either high vibrational energy or they're low vibrational energy. So, when I'm medicating myself, when I don't like the way I feel and going to eat food and watch TV, or I'm going to drink, or I'm going to smoke, or I'm going to call a girl up, you know, late night booty call. All of those things will give me temporary pleasure and long-term pain, because I'm using a low vibration energy substance to medicate myself, to make me feel better, so I don't have to deal with it. Whereas if Steve was energetically aware and I said, oh, the thoughts are telling me, see, you're not your thoughts. And when you recognize you're not your thoughts, you're able to see them more clearly. But if you think you're your thoughts, oh, I have a thought, I'm not worthy. Okay, I guess I'm not worthy. I have a thought that says, I'll never be successful. Okay. No. Those aren't your thoughts. Those are coming from the low vibration energy. So instead of being a victim, which we all are until we wise up, until we're a victim, we say, wait a minute, whose thoughts are those? Like what I did when on the Golden Gate Bridge. I had the thought that says, hey, drive in the opposite lane and go with and have a head-on collision. What? No. Those aren't my thoughts. That's not what I want to do. So this means you have to be energetically aware of what's happening to you, because the energies are trying to influence your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions. You know, how many times have you called a girl, you know, maybe in a breakup situation, or a girl that, you know you're not getting along with her, you know there's no future there, and you know it's usually unpleasant, but you know you're horny, or you want a booty call, so you want, oh, okay, I'll call her up. And then you go and you do your thing, and you have an ounce of pleasure, and then a pound of pain, and it blows up again. And that's the human condition. It's the merry-go-round we go through. We are being completely played by these energies. And if you don't recognize it, man, you're going to be walking in a minefield. If you do recognize that, you can start the process to changing your life. That's why I say to all my students, studying energy awareness training is the most powerful thing you can do to be successful in life. And I recommend people do that. You know, people say, oh, guy breaks up, guy's going through a horrible breakup. What's the first thing a guy going through a breakup wants to do? Huh? What's the first thing? Go find another girl. Well, what's that going to do? He's going to continue the pattern. You see how it goes? Just continue the pattern on. Doesn't it make sense to become energetically aware first, to understand how your energies work and how to connect to the good energies and stay away from the bad ones? Don't you think you ought to do that before you go back out there and go get another girl that could cause you pain and heartache? That's what we're talking about, guys. We're talking about being energetically aware. And the energies work externally and they work internally. So my description of high vibration energy, low vibration energy, you can see it out in the world every day. All you have to do is just turn on the 6 o'clock bad news, and you'll see how the low vibration energy is out in the world, causing war, causing famine, causing disruption, causing drought and famine, all of this chaos. Whenever you see chaos, disruption, separation. Look at what's happening in Venezuela now. People are separated. There's chaos. There's lack. There's low vibration there. It's going to create more what? What is it creating? It's creating more low vibration energy. So these same energies that we see outside of ourselves, we also have them inside ourselves. We also are dealing with chaos, disruption, distraction. But if you put yourself in a high vibratory state and you start learning about how your energy works, you can win the game of life. You can stop your suffering and move into a place of absolute freedom, where no matter what takes place outside you or inside you, you can always have that place of being happy, joyous, and free. And that's the power of claiming and taking back your energy. Okay, Tyler raised his hand. Okay, let's see what's happening with Tyler. A lot of my teaching echo modern cognitive behavioral therapy and acceptance and commitment therapy. Okay, great. That's good to know. Energy medicine, the stuff that I'm doing, I'm not aware of anybody doing this in an energetic context. Now, some of the things you might say, modern cognitive and behavioral therapy and acceptance and commitment. Okay, great. Whatever works. The bottom line is, though, is that nothing changes until energy moves. And if you don't know how to move energy, it's going to be a challenge. And if you don't know what energy is that you're trying to move, that's going to be a challenge too. Okay. Anybody have any more questions before I move into the last part of our class? Anything we've talked about? So what we're talking about is we're talking about the ability to understand you're either proactive or you're reactive. Okay, you're either going to like, for example, somebody yells at you and says, "Hey, you shouldn't have done that," and you react. You go, "Oh, it's none of your business." Yes, I am. No, it's not. Yes, I am. What's happening? I'm reacting to low vibration energy coming my way. And what does low vibration energy create more of? More low vibration energy. So this is why this is training. It's not an event. It's an ongoing training, because it's not easy to do this, because we have factors and resistance, just like when you're lifting weights. You got resistance, man, of pushing that weight up. They don't go up by itself. You've got to make the effort. And it's the same thing with understanding your energies, how they affect you. You're under their effect every day, whether you know it or not. And whether you're going to have a great life, a fantastic life, and have the things that you want, and have the fulfillment you want, and have the life that you want, or you don't, is going to be based upon your relationship with energy and how aware you are and how you're able to use it and recognize how it moves and how it shifts. So it's entirely up to you how you want to work this. Okay. I want to continue my training. What are the contexts of the next levels of the training? Okay. Let's see. Alejandro, why is that bad, calling up a girl for a late night lay? You know, I'm not going to go into that right now, because there has to be an understanding of how energy works first. So if you're not, in fact, I went through this a little bit about the sex energy. The sex energy is nothing for you to play around with. And when you use this powerful energy for sport or for just simple gratification, you're going to suffer, or you're going to cause suffering. The Buddha says suffering is the root of all desire. Let me flip that. Desire is the root of all suffering. Desire. What does that mean? I mean, I should never desire something. I should never desire a woman. No. What it means is that you have forces. You have a body, for example. Your body is an energy force unto its own. So in energy awareness training, what we do is we teach you that you're an infinite, eternal, energetic being. That your energy is infinite and eternal. And that's what science says, that our energies, our basic level energies, was never born and never dies. It's infinite. And the paradox is we've got an infinite energy living in a finite body, a body that is finite, that has a beginning and has an end, and it's limited and it's temporary. So we have two energies, we have multiple energies trying to influence us. So we have the body that wants what the body wants. It wants food, it wants sex, it wants to either build something or destroy something. Okay, it wants sleep. That's what it wants. And the body doesn't care if it's appropriate or not. When the body wants sex, it wants sex. Doesn't care who with, doesn't care if they're of legal age, doesn't care if they're married, doesn't even care if it's a woman, just wants sex. It's up to the energy to regulate the physical body. The body wants food, wants what it wants when it wants it. Well, if you're in the middle of, a corporate boardroom it's inappropriate for you to have, sit down for dinner. So our energy, our higher energies have to regulate and control the lower energies in order for us to be happy. If the physical energies control us, we're not going to be happy because we're always going to be needing to gratify a desire. I mean, every hour the body wants a drink of water. It wants to eat something. It gets horny. It wants to get out there and build something or destroy something. It wants to go to sleep. It's just one desire machine. It's just a desire machine. And desire on itself, unregulated and in the wrong energy, will make you suffer and cause you a lot of pain. And all of you guys have already experienced that. Listening to your body doing things you shouldn't have done, listening to your body going, let's just do it anyway, forget it. And it's brought you trouble. And that's what happens. So again, this is more when I get into advanced energy awareness training, but you got to know who you are. You got to know who you are and what the energies are that are influencing you every day, because they're going to have an effect on you. Now, here's one other thing you guys should be aware of. Your beliefs about what's possible for yourself are not entirely your own. They are based upon things that have happened to you, traumas that you've gone through, perceptions that you had when you were a kid. They also are influenced by our past. There's a series called epigenetics that talks science that talks about how we can inherit the emotional attributes of our ancestors. Now, our ancestors, up until about 100 years ago, were very highly stressed people. They were refugees, or they're trying to get away from, starvation, or they're trying to get away from, tyrants who want to, and their henchmen who want to have them killed. I mean, you think life's stressful? Yeah. Look at about 100 years ago, 100 plus years ago. So these things that are inside us, which we call our baggage or our emotions or our stuff, it's accumulated low vibration energy. And we store it, literally in our bodies. So you can feel it. You ever notice when guys stress, they can feel it in their gut, or they can feel it in their solar plexus? It actually attaches itself to our physical body, even though it's an energetic emotion or feeling. And you have to know how to deal with that. You've got to know how to work that, because if you don't, it's going to take control of you, and it's going to lead you into places you don't want to go. That's why you guys, you have frustration, because you're here and you want to be here. And the more you try to get up here and try to keep moving over here, something keeps pulling you back. And that's the challenge that we all have. Come on, I want to get here. Something's pulling me back. What do you think that thing's pulling you back? The thing that's pulling you back is a low vibration energy that's trying to prevent you from coming into your full potential. That's what everybody has here. You have the opportunity to recognize your full potential here in this work, but you've got to awaken. And you're not going to get it by sitting on your duff. You don't get awareness and an enlightenment and an energetic freedom by sitting on your duff. That's not the way it works. So let me give you an example of that. Here I am. I'm in a room. Right now it's about 4 o'clock LA time here. Sun's still out. Everything's good. But I don't have any of the lights on in the office here. So what's going to happen if I stay here for the next 4 hours and don't do anything, stay in this chair? What's eventually going to happen to this room? It's going to get dark. Now, what did I have to do for it to get dark? Nothing. Just sit here. But if I want there to be light, if I want to be able to use this room and be able to see and do stuff, I got to turn on the light. Not a big deal, but I got to get out of this chair and I got to walk over to the light. I got to flip it. And that little action will put me in a high vibration energy state. So that's the thing here. You don't have to do anything for the low vibration energy to come visit you. Tomorrow morning, it's going to be right there, right when you wake up. It's going to be right there, tormenting you and torturing you and trying to get you to see horror movies and trying to scare you. You don't have to do anything. It'll be there. It delivers like Domino's pizza. However, if you want to feel good, if you want peace, if you want a quiet mind, if you want to be in your fullest potential, then you got to do something. You've got to do what I call EPR, energetic processing and releasing. You have to know how to recognize the energies that you're feeling right now, and you've got to know how to let them go. You've got to know how to dissolve the low vibration energy frequencies and bring down more of the high vibration energy frequencies. Is this making sense to you guys? It's just simple. So let me get back to the law of paradox. No, the law of duality. Just like I have a physical body, I have an energetic body. Okay, so with our physical bodies, what do we know we have to do? We have to clean them every day, don't we? Because it just walking around, you get dirty, you get sweaty, your clothes get stinky. So you've got to clean your body, rest it and feed it, take care of it every day. What happens if you don't do that? What happens if you don't clean your body for a couple of days? Nothing good, right? You don't eat or you don't sleep, you deny it, you're going to have problems. It's the same thing with your energy. Your energy is a living active thing. And you're either in the energy of high vibrational energy or low vibrational energy. Now, most of us come to this work with lots of low vibration energy, lots of wounds, lots of stuff we went through, lots of hurt, lots of pain. That's low vibration energy living in us. And what do we know about low vibration energy? It attracts more what? It attracts more low vibration energy. So the process of energy awareness training is so much to be able to clean yourself every day and to be able to access higher states of high vibrational energy and to understand how the traps work in life, to understand that you're trying to make sense of whether something's good for you or not good for you. So example, well, I'll give you one example I did in dating. I used to go out when I go on business trips. I usually meet a really fun, hot girl and proceed. Well, I noticed sometimes that would work and sometimes it wouldn't. Sometimes, the girls I'm attracted to would be wonderful and happy and sweethearts, and other times they'd be just wrecks, moral and physical and emotional wrecks and problems. So, I didn't want to go out with any girls who are low vibration energy, but how do you know? Well, you can't rush into it. You've got to be more careful in how you're relating. And this is why we use energy awareness training. We want to read the energies. See, most people are just coming from a place of, I want pleasure and I want to avoid pain. That's all. You talk to the average guy, I want pleasure, I want to avoid pain. Well, the thing about it is that pleasure you're looking for could be pain in disguise. And that's how the low vibration energy gets you. It gets you by thinking, oh, this is going to feel good. This is going to be pleasurable. Oh, I'm going to get something out of this. And it gives you an ounce of pleasure and boom, comes back with you with a pound of pain. So we recognize that we want long-term fulfillment. We don't just want to feel good for a day or two. We want long-term fulfillment. So in the example of Steve, he had this moment where he had to study. And the low vibration energy, the low vibration energy wanted him to go, oh no, it's tough. It wanted him not to study, because if he studied and got his work done, he would be in high vibration energy for class the next day. So the LVE creates the low vibration energy works on chaos, confusion, distraction, separation. So what it did, it just says, hey, let's just eat now and have fun. I don't want to study now. Let's forget about it. That's the low vibration energy talking to him. Now, if he was energetically aware, he would have immediately heard his high vibration energy go, it's a trap. That's the low vibration energy trying to lull you and to dope you up with food, TV, so that you'll skip your study session and you'll go into class tomorrow, the next day, unprepared, feeling terrible, ashamed and embarrassed that you didn't get your work done when you know you should have. You see, that's the payoff. So the low vibration energy wants you to have long-term feeling bad. So it'll give you a little pleasure up front so that you'll fall into the trap, and then you'll suffer the next day or the 2 days when you go to class, or the relationship, or the job, or the health challenge, whatever it is. So this is why I call it energy awareness training, so that you can be aware of what's going on around you. And if you're energetically aware, then you can see things that other people can't see. You can do things that other people can't do. You're aware of information that other people don't have because you're energetically aware. You know how the energies are working. So this gives you the almost unfair advantage in life over other people, because you're now operating in the 90%. Everybody's operating in the 10%, but when you're energetically aware, you're operating in the 90%. And that's powerful, guys. That's powerful. Okay, one more break and see if there's any more questions here. You guys enjoying this? You getting something out of your learning? Let me see, yeah? Good. Jade, you learning something? Hope so. Okay, awesome. Check the board here before we bring it around. Honor the struggle. I have a thing here that says, honor the struggle. Right here, I keep it in my office. Do I do one-on-one coaching sessions? Yes, I do. I have a premium coaching service where I do. I'm pretty much filled up most of the time, but I do have some I do have some openings from time to time that you can apply for that. Anybody interested in premium coaching, go ahead and contact me at energytitan@gmail.com. That's my personal email address, energytitan@gmail.com. And we'll send you, either me or my assistant Dante will send you information on how the coaching works. That's the best way to learn energy awareness training. Guys, getting a coach is the bomb, because you have somebody who knows you. You know, all the stuff that I learn, I get coaching from. In my music, I get the top coaches. In my workouts, I get the top coaches, because it's, you want to be here or do you want to be here? And when you get coached and you have somebody who knows you, knows your strengths and knows your weaknesses, you're going to make progress much faster. And if there's anything you want to learn this year, if there's one thing that will propel your life to the next level, it's learning energy awareness training. You hear from Will. Will, you still here on the call? Maybe not. But one of my prime students, his whole life changed. You know, he had certain issues that he came in to deal with. Boom, all gone, and moving into a new realm of life and understanding. So I wish I could teach this all of you guys in one shot, but this is why there's training, and this is why I created this. We have up to 10 levels of energy awareness training, because we have training we have energy awareness that deals with the energy of sex, relationships, male sexuality, handling your sex drive. Guys, you got to know how to do that. If you don't handle your sex drive and learn how to deal with it energetically, it's going to run you, and it could run you into the ground, as it has so many other people. Have to be aware of that. Health-wise, a lot of us have health challenges, something in our bodies that isn't working or some ongoing condition. Well, you change your energy, conditions have a tendency to change also. I've noticed that too. Relationships. Boy, you better know how the female energy works, guys. You better know how that energy works, because if you don't, you're going to suffer. I guarantee you. You see these NFL guys, we're getting in trouble. These guys who are arrested for assault or for, arguing with their spouse. They don't have energetic tools to know how to deal with the feminine form. And if you're energetically aware, you learn how to deal with it, and you learn when to make your point, and when you learn not to make your point, you learn when to engage and not to engage. So that's important to do. How about your career? How about your money? All of us have relationships with money, and that's energy, you guys. Your beliefs about money creates the energy of money. And so many of us were brought up to think that money is the root of all evil, or money's hard to get, or you got to bust your ass, or the fix is in, you're never going to get rich. You're carrying all these beliefs around. You don't even know it. All you know is there's not enough money, or there should be more money, or you're stressed about money. Well, if you've got anxiety or stress or worry about money, what kind of energy is that, guys? It's low vibration energy. And what's that going to bring you more of? Low vibration energy. You with me? You guys, am I ringing your bell here? Let's take a moment. Your bell is officially rung. Okay, so this is why I mentioned that energy awareness training is the most powerful thing you can learn, because it affects everything. Nothing that you're going to do tonight, today, or tomorrow isn't going to be some kind of energetic exchange that you're working on. Nothing. You're going to have to deal with it. So better to be on top of it and be a victor and direct your energy rather than the energy directs you. Because if the energy is directing you, it's not going to be taking you in a high vibration energy. You guys with me? Not going to be taking you in high vibrational energy. Okay. One last checkup, and then we'll do our last, we'll do one exercise I'll show you that I think will help you guys a lot. See if we've got any more questions going on here. Your biggest issue is consistency. Your energy work has helped me walk on water. Great, but you lack consistency. That's why it's important to get coaching or to be in a class, you guys. You need to have a place where you're accountable for. And this is why Owen from RSD coached with me personally. 3 times a week he came in here to see me. He liked these late night sessions. And I would, and there's no growth without accountability. Write that down, guys. There's no growth without accountability. You can listen to this webinar and you can say, Glenn makes some good points. That's so interesting. Let me think about that. Okay, go ahead and think about it. But nothing changes until energy moves. So as long as you're thinking about it, you're not going to do anything about it. But if you got, for example, in coaching, if I give an assignment to a student, and we meet every Monday at 3 o'clock. All right, you've got an assignment, and that assignment is due 1 week from today, Monday at 3 o'clock. And it's going to be, and the assignment's easy to do. It's also easy not to do. It's easy to do. It's easy not to do. So Jade, what you're experiencing is the law of duality. Take an action here, you go forward here, someone's trying to pull you back. And this is the necessity of going, I need to be accountable, because if you don't schedule it, you don't do it. And this is there's an energetic principle. So Monday, a week from now, that student's going to come, and first thing I'm going to do is say, hey, George, you had your assignment. How'd you do? And George is going to do that assignment because he knows that's the first thing I'm going to ask him. in the coaching sessions. And if he doesn't do it, I'm going to go, George, what are you doing? Are you wasting my time? Are you wasting yours? I give you an assignment. He ain't going to feel good if he doesn't do it. And believe me, the number one motivation for us to do anything in life is to either we want to feel a certain way or we don't want to feel a certain way. That's it. Whatever your motivation is, it's to do something so you'll feel a certain way, or not to do something because you don't want to feel a certain way. You see how there's so much more going on than you guys realize? There's a whole energetic network that we're living in. It's like here's reality that we're living in, and below that reality is a whole nother kingdom, a whole nother civilization, a whole nother workings. And everything that that we see comes from the unseen. Remember that. Everything that you see comes from the unseen. So it's the energetic worlds that create what we see. It's not the opposite. What we see in physicality was created by the unseen world. So that's why when you want to learn how to change something or shift something or make a new behavior, you're either going to be doing it in the 10% realm, which is almost guaranteed failure, or you're going to do it in the 90% realm. And that's how you succeed, because you take the most powerful energy forms, Mother Earth energy, planet Earth energy, one of the most powerful forms of energy, thunder, lightning, rain. It's the power of the planet. You can harness into that energy. You can use that energy. It's like wind, a huge wind. You can use that wind to sail a boat. You can use that wind to create energy, to create windmills. But what a shame if all that energy's there and you don't use it. It's like leaving money on the table. And I'm here to tell everybody who's listening to me that you've got more power than you know. And I'm here to show it to you and show you how to get that power. Okay. Last sweep for questions. Consistency. You need help with the sex energy. Of course you should. What's the next step you should take? Study energy awareness training. Apply for either personal coaching or talk to us about the courses that we offer. Don't slip back into unconsciousness. Yes, absolutely. So I've got one of the, how you guys doing? You had enough, or shall I give you a little bit more? I don't see anybody here that can give me any feedback. Dave, you want more? Chris, you want more? More, okay, more. It's like Billy Idol. In the midnight hour, they cry more. All right, I'll give you a little more. So let's have an experience. Here's something that you can use to move energy. Okay, so remember, what I'm talking with you right now is how do we deal with that energy in our head? Let's say it's the middle of the night, man, and the chatterbox in our head, the evil man, little man in our head is going, "You're not worthy. You're not going to have enough money. She doesn't like you. Life sucks. Why do I got to suffer?" You're just getting a whole LBE attack. Okay, imagine that. All right. So everybody, go ahead and sit up in your chair. Sit up. And I want you to imagine that you can hear that chatterbox in your head. I want you to listen to the evil little man going, "You're not this, you're not that, you can't do this, you shouldn't do this, blah, 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 blah." And just close your eyes and just listen to that chatter in your head. That's stressful. That causes anxiety. It causes worry. The minute you start doing the what if game, oh, what if this happens? What if that happens? What if this doesn't happen? What if? It wants the thoughts want to hijack you into a place where you start thinking, you'll start visualizing what you don't want. Well, I hope this doesn't happen. What are you doing? You're visualizing what you don't want. Well, we're only creative mechanisms. What we think tends to happen. So if I'm thinking about what I don't want, I hope this doesn't happen, I hope that doesn't happen, what am I going to create? I'm going to create what I don't want. How about thinking about what I do want? So let's go ahead and close your eyes for a second. Everybody close your eyes. And let that chatterbox, let it ride, let it ride. What are you worried about? What are you afraid of? What do you hope doesn't happen? You just listen to that chatterbox for a minute. This is called an energy scan. Listening to the voices, the energies, all that stuff that's going on. Excellent. All right. Now, listen carefully. I want you to imagine that you have an elevator in your head. Just imagine there's an elevator in your head and it's opening up. And I want you to push all the thoughts, all the thinking, all the what if, all the thinking, I want you to put it in that elevator. And I want the elevator to start moving down. Let it start moving down, 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 down your body, down your chest, down your stomach, down your legs, down your feet. Take that whole elevator with all of that thinking and let's put it down into the ground 12 feet to the left. That's the bottom floor where that elevator is. All of those thoughts. So you're completely out of your head and you put the elevator down 12 feet into the ground. Excellent. Now, I want you to put your concentration on the bottom part of your spine, or what I call the center point. So the bottom part of your spine, right in that whole area, I want you to imagine that your nose is down there because we're going to be breathing from our nose. I want you to concentrate that that's headquarters. Why? Why do we want that to be headquarters? Because when we're at our center point, it opens up the different channels, energy channels, and it moves energy. As long as we're stuck in our head, the energy's not moving. And if energy's not moving, you're going to get low vibration energy. When energy moves, it's high vibrational energy. All right, so go ahead and concentrate on the bottom part of your spine. Feel the floor underneath your feet. All right, now I'm going to give you an exercise right now. We're going to do 7 PC squeezes. We're going to squeeze our sphincter 7 times. Why do we do this? Because we're shifting our focus point. Energy flows where attention goes. So if we put our attention in a low vibration energy place, we're going to get low vibration energy. If we put our attention on a high vibration energy place, we'll get the high vibration energy. Okay, here we go. Let's take 7 butt squeezes. Here we go. Number 1, squeeze those cheeks and release. Number 2, squeeze those cheeks, squeeze, and release. 3, squeeze, hold, release. Number 4, squeeze, hold, release. Number 4, squeeze, hold, release. Number 5, squeeze, hold, release. And number 7, we're going to hold it for the count of 7 now. So squeeze, hold for the count of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and release. Now you notice now your attention is down at your center point. You just did some exercises and you're out of your head, you're at your center point. That's where we want to be. That starts the process of moving energy. So you're sitting, in your chair. I want you to feel the floor underneath your feet. Feel your hands on your legs. Now we're going to take what I call the energetic breath. And the energetic breath is simply, I breathe through the nose for the count of 6, I hold for the count of 3, and I exhale through the mouth very loudly, shh, for the count of 6. 6, 3, 6. And at the bottom, I get all the air out, and I pause for a moment. The pause is very important because it's that pause that opens up the high vibrational energy channels. Okay, this is called the energetic breath. So we're going to breathe through our nose. Now remember, we're visualizing our nose down at our center point. Okay, visualizing the nose at the center point. So let's go ahead and take a couple of these energetic breaths so you have the understanding of how the energy works. All right, close your eyes, tune into your center point. Imagine that your nose is there and breathe. Inhale 1, bring it up. 2, 3, breathe low. 4, 5, all the way down to the feet. 6, fill up the lungs with air. Hold it for the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Excellent. Excellent. Okay, get all the air out. Now pause for a moment. Be still, be aware. Feel the silence just for a moment. Now let's tune into our center point. Imagine that our nose is there. And let's breathe. Inhale 1, breathing in. 2, 3, breathe low. 4, 5, be all the way to your feet. 6, fill up the lungs with air. Hold it for the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's right. Breathe in that prana, baby. Pause, be still, be aware. Just move into the gap between the thoughts for a moment. That's right. Good. Let's take a couple more breaths. Here we go. We're moving energy now, guys. Here we go. Tune into your center point. Imagine that your nose is there and breathe. Here we go. Inhale 1, breathe low. 2, 3, breathe low. 4, all the way down to your feet. 5, 6, fill up the lungs there. Hold it for the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Good. Get all the air out. Pause for a moment. Be still, be aware. Great. Next breath. Here we go. Tune into your center point. Feel the floor underneath your feet. Feel your butt in the chair. Feel your legs underneath your hands. Entirely in your lower body right now. Let's take an energetic breath and begin. Inhale 1, 2, 3. Breathe low. 4, 5, 6. Big breath. Hold for the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Exhale and let go. 3, 4, 5, 6. Excellent. Pause, be still. Just hang out in the silence for a moment. The gap between the thoughts, very important. Let the mind be quiet. If thoughts come, just let them come and go. Excellent. Okay, one more breath. Here we go. Energetic breath. Tune into your center point. Imagine that your nose is there and breathe. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Big breath. Hold for the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Exhale and let go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Excellent. Pause for a moment. Just notice energy's moving now kind of nicely. The energy's moving. You're completely out of your head. You're at your center point. You're taking these breaths, and each breath relaxes you. Each breath takes you into more high vibrational energy. Let's do one more breath. Here we go. Tune into your center point. Imagine that your nose is there, and breathe. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Big breath hold over the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 3, 4, 5, 6. Excellent. Okay, I'm going to give you 1 minute, just 1 minute, to be able to stay in the silence, to just be, just hang out in the silence. And there's an activity to that. The more you're engaged in silence, when you're conscious, the more high vibrational energy you create for yourself. Let's take 1 minute being in silence. Make sure your back is straight. Relax your shoulders. Put your tongue on the roof of your mouth. Put your palms up on your legs. Be still, be aware. Relax, release, and just let go now. And let go and access a beautiful frequency of healing, of love, of support. Give you a minute to experience that now. That's right. That's right. Silence, space, presence. Everybody take an energetic breath, tune into your center point. Imagine that your nose is there and breathe. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Big breath hold for the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Exhales. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Excellent. Excellent. Now, I want you to think of one thing that you're grateful for. I want you to think of something that's a blessing in your life. When you think about it, it makes you feel good. It could be your dog, could be your parents, could be your job, could be where you live. Whatever it is, just tune into it for a moment and just feel it and experience that beautiful thing you're blessed with. That's right. Just think about it for a moment. And we're going to take an energetic breath and we're going to expand that wonderful thing, whatever it is. So we're going to make it 3 times more wonderful, better feeling, better emotions on the count of 3. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Now take an energetic breath and breathe in that thing you're grateful for. Here we go. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. More. 5, 6. Fill up the lungs with air. So filled with high vibration energy towards that thing you're grateful for. Hold it for the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Exhale and let go. 3, 4, 5, 6. Excellent. That's right. Good. Just notice the way you feel right now. More in control, more quiet. Your direction is headed to high vibration energy. You're thinking about what you want. You're thinking about what you're grateful for. Gratitude always opens up high vibrational energy channels. Anytime you say, I'm so grateful for a sunny day, I'm so grateful for learning energy awareness training, I'm so grateful for my weekend, whatever you focus on and you're grateful for expands. That also goes whatever you're not grateful for and whatever you don't want, that's going to have an effect on you too. So what you're learning here in our time together is you're in control. It's a decision that you're going to make. Are you going to take back your energy? Are you going to live your full potential? Or are you going to put it off and get around to it when you have more time? Understand that the degree of your energetic awareness is the degree of your life awareness. So you want to be on top of all the things that are happening in your life. And being on top of it, I mean being aware of what's happening so you don't get burned or so it doesn't come back on you. That's what it means to be energetically aware. Okay, let's go ahead and get ready to open our eyes. With our eyes closed, let's come back on the count of 5. 1, feel the floor underneath your feet. 2, feel a chair underneath your seat. 3, coming back. 4, and on the next number, coming back awake, alert, energized, feeling fantastic, in high vibrational energy. Number 5. Come on back, guys. Awesome. All right. How's that feeling, Alejandro? Feeling good? All right. Chris Jones. All right. Okay. So this is just a little snippet as we get ready to wrap up here. It's a little snippet of being energetically aware. It's a basic technique, but it works. You know, when you're getting tormented by any kind of the low vibration energy, if you do this, if you do those 2 things, the elevator technique, get out of your head, get the energy out of your body, get the stinking thinking out of your body. Okay, go down to your center point. Okay, do the 7 PC squeezes to activate that area, and then learn the energetic breath. Those 3 things will help you enormously. But it's just the beginning. But at least it'll help you. I really recommend that you guys really step up and learn energy awareness training, because this is when you really know energy awareness training. This is like a tricycle when you could be riding a Ferrari. But at least you got something here that you can do, that you can have tools. So what I recommend that you do, the best way to learn energy awareness training is, of course, one-on-one coaching by me. I'm the founder, and it's the best way to learn. But there's an investment for one-on-one training also. So that's a factor. Another way of learning is learning through the modules. That's another way of learning, and we have all kinds of different things available to you. We have a YouTube channel. We're building up our social platforms on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So that's great. Jade wants one-on-one. Awesome. So all you guys who are interested in one-on-one training, here's what I want you to do. I want you to contact, let's see, you're on Instagram. Write me at energytitan@gmail.com. energytitan@gmail.com. That's my personal email address. And when people are interested, I want to work with the committed. Everybody would love to get personal coaching from me, but I don't have enough time to work with anybody. I only have enough time to work with people who are committed. So if you're committed and you're serious about you want to learn this, then I want to teach it to you. We also have other stuff that you can learn too. We have pre-recorded lessons and I say the YouTube channel. So we got lots of stuff for you to look at and check out. So those of you who are interested and want to know further, contact us and we'll fill you in on what we got going on. For personal, that's right, and Energy Titan at Gmail, for those of you who want personal one-on-one training. We also have Energy Secrets. Let's see, what it was, Energy Awareness Secrets. EnergyAwarenessSecrets.com. I think that's a new one. You can check that one out too. So whatever it is that you do, do something, because energy awareness will take your life to a whole new level. And I hope I demonstrated that to you today, you guys, that a couple little tweaks can set you free from any of the anxiety, stress, or worry or fears that you got going on inside you. And when you make a commitment to learning this, you set yourself free. And freedom is the greatest feeling in the world, especially when you're energetically free. It's freaking powerful. Okay. You're floating. Okay. Wants one-on-one training, etc. So when you write us, there's how the training works is this. Since I can't work with anyone, I have to be very particular who I coach. So when you write us, you start the relationship, with me and my staff. And we want to get to know you. We want to know what you're doing, what your challenges are. So we're going to be in correspondence to see if it's a good fit, to see if you're energetically ready and you understand the power of premium coaching. And as that continues, then we give you the information. So it's like making a new friend. We want to know who you are. We want to let you know what we're doing also. So eventually, if everything goes right, we can get on a call, and I can either myself or Dante can lay out what's available for you and what the next steps are in coaching, so you can learn this. And we'll be developing a community here. Actually, we've already got a community. I'm on Facebook on Energy Awareness Training. So if you're on Facebook, you can friend me personally or go on my business site, which is Energy Awareness Training, where we talk about all these kind of things and what we do. Okay. So I think that's the best road to do that. Now I'm going to be away for a week. I'm leaving tomorrow for a mastermind, and I have speaking engagements on the East Coast. So I'll be gone 1 week. I'll be back 1 week from tomorrow. So all you guys who are interested in coaching, we'll be following up on you this week, and we'll be able to get some dialogue going when I come back. Okay? So that's the way that goes. Any other questions? You talked about it. Let's see. Anybody has? Is this a substitute or a complement to regular meditation? This is a meditation. This is one of the highest forms of meditation. And it's one of the easiest to learn. Because here's the thing about meditation, guys. When you meditate, you move into a higher frequency. You move into a higher level of awareness. But what happens is that if you haven't cleaned your energy body, if you haven't cleaned that energy body, then when you go up here, you're going to come right back down into the mud, into the garbage. And that's why so many meditators still have anxiety and stress and worry, because they're still carrying around that low vibration energy with them. And in energy awareness training, we don't meditate until we clean our energy body, or else we're going to be meditating in dirt. Who wants to do that? That's dumb. So let's get rid of the anxiety, the stress, the low vibration energy, or at least do a good clearing on it. And then we can move into high vibrational energy. And that feels fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, sometimes the low vibration energy says the platform completion is more important than the platform experience. What do we do? Well, first off, anything, when you guys, we're not talking about the platform, I'm talking about the exercises that I give you every day. The exercises that I give you. So anything that takes away your ability to connect to high vibrational energy is low vibration energy. And the low vibration energy is going to not want you to study energy awareness training. It's going to say it's too tough, I'll do it later, it's not important. because these are the tools to set you free. These are the tools that will get you back in control of your life and will break the influence of low vibration energy trying to get you. So you're going to expect there's going to be some resistance. So that's why I suggest you guys who are serious and take action now and contact us and get in a relationship with Dante and investigate what you can do. So by this time next week, you guys are ready to roll and you're already on your way, on your path to energetic awareness. Remember, the LVE loves procrastination. Do it later. Remember what happened with Steve? Do it later, but later never comes, right? So you have to be aware of how you're being manipulated by this energy. It's fascinating, guys. I could talk about it for hours. I just love it. But I think I'm gonna cut it here. Any last questions? Low vibration energy. Let's see. I think we're good. Did you guys get something out of this today? Let me see a show of hands. You guys learned something? Awesome. All right. So what I've done is I previewed it. Thank you. I previewed energy awareness training in the energetic worlds. If this rang your bell, and I hope it does, it's the beginning of a whole new life and a whole new way to escape and free yourself from that mental and emotional and thought bondage that's been bugging you your whole life. And that's what we're here to do in energy awareness training, help you guys out. So contact us, interact with us. We're happy to help. And we want to make this a movement. We want to get the word out to the whole world that energy, that emotional suffering is no longer necessary, and that you can be in full control of your life and have the life that you've always wanted in peace and harmony and abundance if you learn how to move your energy and how to manage your energy through energy awareness training. All right, with that, guys, thanks so much. Appreciate you being with me. I'll be back in a week. Check us out or contact us. Contact Dante and let us know what you want to do. And if you guys are serious about coaching, we'll find a spot for you in our busy schedule. All right, I'll see you guys. God bless you. Have a great weekend. Bye for now.